As social media blends into our everyday lives, it's become less about people connecting and more about collecting data, with advertisers using that data to circulate targeted ads. But it doesn't have to be that way.
I'm 𝙄𝙉𝘿𝙐𝙎𝙍𝙍, and I'm one of the two co-founders of Privee.
I'm 𝙄𝙉𝙘𝙐𝙎, also one of the co-founders.
And Privee is an ad-free, privacy-preserving social media platform where members can win money through themed community contests.
Akul and Josh are two U of M grads and former Google employees who asked themselves, why should we give up our privacy for social media services? They decided to create a social media experience that values its community members first. And they call it Privee. Where did the inspiration for Privee come from?
The idea came during the summer of 2020. The US election cycle was in full gear, and misinformation was really rampant across social media and the internet in general. So we saw that when we started thinking, okay, one, why is there so much misinformation? Why is it spreading so rapidly? And why is this allowed to happen? Because since we were working at Google, we were pretty confident that it wasn't an issue of technology or resources, but there must have been like some underlying incentive behind that. So as we dove deeper into the problem, we realized that it's all about the ad-based business model. And that's also the key driver with other problems we see in social media today, such as privacy and rampant data collection. So if you think about it, in an ad-based business model, advertisers are really the customers, and you, the user, are the product. The algorithm realizes that the things that we want to see the most are the most controversial, including mis and disinformation. So it ends up serving us more and more of that type of content. And of course, as a result, users have really little control over their feeds or their privacy in general.
So the way we saw it is we have to flip the business model to align ourselves better with our customers. So like ad-based business model obviously is serving advertisers. We needed a business model that would serve our end users. So we decided to go with a subscription model. So the idea behind the subscription model is because our end users are the ones where we generate our revenue and they're paying us, our only incentive is to provide them with the best possible experience. So like rather than, hiring PhDs in CS and like spending millions or billions on like ad targeting technologies, we can reallocate all that to like, okay, what can we do better for the user? Like what features can we give them? What cool content creation capabilities can we give them in the future? Whether there's like AR, VR, whatever it may be. And the focus all becomes of like giving the user a better experience. And so that's why we're building Privee to have this ad-free, privacy-preserving social media that's designed for our members and not for advertisers.
What is the mission driving Privee forward?
The mission is all about creating that better and healthier social media experience and environment. Because of the ad-based business model, everything is kind of driving towards the least common denominator, like who can scream the loudest and get the most attention with the content they're creating. And as a result, it's not creating good outcomes for society in general. So we really just want to create something that's a much better and healthier social media experience. That's the bottom line for us.
Akul and Josh are creating this experience with total data privacy. And Privee started holding these community contests where the winners can earn money and prizes. This social media startup is totally different than any other platform, and it proves that there's another way to succeed in this field. How are the two of you hoping Privee will change the social media industry?
The perspective we have is, I think it's about changing by offering people an alternative. Today, when you use social media, there's like really only one option, right? Like you want to do photo stuff, it's Instagram. You want to do video stuff, it's TikTok. You want to talk smack in 280 characters, it's Twitter. And like we kind of want to provide people with an alternative of like you can do all that but still have a privacy preserving kind of experience. Right now the only option is everywhere you go they're going to show you ads, they're going to take all your data. And we kind of want to provide like that healthier, better experience. Like we won't do any of that. We'll provide a service that's built for you and then continue to improve from there and provide like a more premium offering of sorts.
We want to prove that privacy can be fun, right? There have been a lot of privacy focused alternatives in the market, both in social and other areas. And they just haven't been fun. So we wanted to show people that privacy can still be fun and they don't have to be trade-offs.
What have been the most fulfilling moments of your entrepreneurial journey so far?
Working together and for ourselves towards like a shared major goal where we are fully in control of where it goes, like both and the upsides and the downsides. I think it's been like definitely a good personal growth experience because we truly are responsible for everything. The buck stops with us. There's no like boss or manager that we can hide behind. So I think it's really good from my experience, to like push myself and ourselves together to grow, get better, and be able to manage our time while having something like this.
It's like, you just have a ton of skin in the game now. Like every decision you make, it's like, this could have tremendous upside, this could have tremendous downside. So it's kind of like, figure it out and run with it. And like, as things go, you learn to like handle the ups and downs. And I think that's just been very fulfilling of like, we're constantly learning new things. Here, every day is different. Every day is like, oh, we need to learn this now because we need to go do something new. But that's been tremendously fulfilling.
What have been the most challenging moments of your journey?
Initially, when we started raising funding, we haven't done this before. So it's definitely like an area of like, okay, how do you go about this? Who should we reach out to? Like setting up those meetings. What's the cadence? What should we kind of cover? So I think that was the initial challenge of just getting that funding off the ground. In parallel, there was also making the decision of leaving our jobs at Google. You kind of have to have a lot of self-confidence in your idea there before you take that job.
Every single item basically is new, right? Every time that there's a new tactical item, it's learning a new skill set. And I think that definitely is a challenge, but it's probably the most fun part too for me, because we're constantly like learning something new and growing, learning more than like I ever had before.
Okay, last question. What advice can you offer aspiring entrepreneurs?
Just like pace yourself. There's no reason to run full speed all the time. You're just going to make yourself feel worse. Building a company is not something that happens overnight. So like take the time to like, take care of yourself.
If you have the itch, you just got to take the lead. There's no perfect time ever to do something. And the only way you're ever going to do it is if you start it.